It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we'll see the Mounties leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Mounties and the Orbits, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth...
All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the number one goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense. Still second down.
They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Here's a first carry for their running back. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll have the first down at the 26. So good job on the ground to keep this drive rolling. Throwing now from the gun. This throw taken in by Hurst. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll throw out of the gun. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
Now return coming from the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And taking the snaps, the quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
Receiver in motion, going right. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll stick with him again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Mounties. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. For quarterbacks, there are so many stats we use to measure a good season. This is one of them. 30 touchdowns. That was number 30 on the year. Now, for the point after. The kick is good. And the Mounties move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Orbits offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again.
And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drop. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
They teach these defensive ends to rush to the X. The X is the spot where the quarterback stops his drop, and you can see when he hit that back foot, he had nowhere to go, and he's able to bring him down for a big sack.
He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Mike, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They motion the slot man left. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The Mounties offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, taken in. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. They're going to motion the tight end over here. He'll drop to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd and a yard. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's their punter now. Will punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Orbits offense ready for this next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Woo! Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. From the gun, here's a handoff, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll try the right side this time. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now, faking the give. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Mounties offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the 1st half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a give up the middle. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
They'll stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now a give on the ground. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. They'll throw here on 3rd. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
On comes the punter now.
as he's on here to punt this one away. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Orbits offense. And their running back set to go once more. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. A handoff as they try to run it here. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. He'll go right and find his running back. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's first. Oh, a loose football. But somehow it comes right back to him. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times. And I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
On 3rd down, they'll go with the counter to try and pick it up. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Mounties offense going to take over just before the half. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Thrown left side, the catch is made, and they'll mark him down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started in the place dubbed America's Finest City, San Diego, California, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. The final, 19-14. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Mounties offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Quick throw here is complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now a handoff running right. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He's got his man, right side. It's complete. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he is on the chalk, stepping out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 3 on the play. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 3rd and 2. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he's not going to get anything out of this one. They force him laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll run it. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
This is a play call I don't quite understand, Mike. Backed up on your side of the field, just convert on 3rd down. Get a fresh set of downs, and then open up more opportunities to put the ball in the air. Now you bring up a fourth down decision deep in your own territory.
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. And they'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And he's going to take this past the 45, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. The throw on the run is complete. And the tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. One of the tight ends motions right. He'll look to throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Back to throw. Throwing right. It's taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Back to the air one more time. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, Mounties. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
14, Orbits 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. On an end, left side. It's caught. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this third quarter. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now, faking the give. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
A loss of 9 on the
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. This one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now going to try to polish this thing off here in the 4th. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Toronto 1st down.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll get this to the 35. That's good enough for the 1st down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
The Mounties sending out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 21-yard line.
This throw taken in by Hurst. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Here's a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
They'll look to throw again. Quick throw here is complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money. It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit. All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Jones motioning here. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. To take this inside the 40 to the 39, but most importantly, they've got it. That's a 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win for our visitors. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.